Joining us now is the bravest woman in Latin America, Maria Corina Machado. Welcome, Maria. Bienvenida.
Thank you.
Pam Bondi has
Muchísimas
a,
gracias. Thank you very much.
of course, Pam Bondi has a $50 million reward for information leading to Nicolas Maduro's arrest. What does that amount tell you, and what do you expect to happen now that the Trump administration has done this?
Well, first of all, we Venezuelans are deeply grateful to President Trump for his unwavering support to freedom and justice and his decisive actions to dismantle this criminal terrorist enterprise. This is a major step because certainly Maduro has not only destroyed the lives of millions of Venezuelans, is grossly destabilizing the region and represents a real threat to the national security and to the lives of the American people. So this is a clear signal that has already reached Maduro and the few top brass individuals that still support him and are robbing Venezuela and pretend to stay by force illegitimately in government. But the days are counted, undoubtedly.
So what do you expect to happen? I mean, so we see the walls are closing in. Is he going to flee? Is he going to go into hiding? Is he going to make a deal? What do you think his next move is?
Well, clearly pressure is growing within the country because Venezuelan people, we are organizing and we are determined to liberate our country, but also because with the full pressure of law enforcement, as Secretary Rubio has said, Maduro's and his torch are seeing that their options are closing. So at the end, those that still support Maduro will have to make a decision, and they have a very short time to make it. Either they fall with Maduro or they step and facilitate and cooperate with a transition and an orderly transition that will turn Venezuela from the criminal hub of the Americas into the energy hub of the Americas, the strongest ally of the United States in trading and in security that the United States will have in the region.
So, Maria, for those Americans who say, well, you know, I like that Donald Trump's taking on Nicolas Maduro, but this kind of smells like regime change. We don't like these foreign interventions anymore. What would you say to them quickly?
This has nothing to do with regime change for two reasons. First, because the change of the regime was already mandated in a presidential election that we won by a landslide. And secondly, because this is about dismantling a criminal terrorist enterprise that has taken the power of Venezuela by force. So it is in the best interest of the United States and the Venezuelan people to have this transition. We are ready to take power, the legitimate government elected. Venezuela will move orderly and peacefully to the transition. And we will see, Rachel, millions of Venezuelans coming back home, including more than 500,000 that live in the United States and want to come back to rebuild our country and reunite our families.
You know, Maria, right here, right now in New York City, there is a leading candidate for mayor. He is a socialist, and he's looks like he's going to win. I know there's a lot of Venezuelans that are looking back at how they voted years ago with a lot of regret. What would you say to New York City residents right now who are getting ready to vote? What's your advice?
You have no idea how many people come to me in Venezuela telling me how much they regret the lies and the threats that they pay attention once Chavez was initially campaigning. And now they regret, because once you have communism and dictatorship in power, it's very hard to get them out of power. So this is a lesson that we've learned the hard way. And that's why Venezuela will turn into a free, prosperous, and open market that is going to be a great ally to the United States.
Last question very quickly, Maria. Pam Bondi showed me the pictures of the assets that they seized, these private planes, these mansions all over Florida, in Dominican Republic. I mean, just, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. What are the conditions in Venezuela? How would Venezuelans feel knowing that the oil money is being laundered in this way?
Venezuelan people are starving. Our kids go only twice a week to school. Our teachers earn $1 a day. That's the reality of Venezuela. And then you see these hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars that have been robbed. So we need to change this, and we know that we count with the support of President Trump. Venezuela will be free.
Maria Corina Machado, the bravest woman in Latin America. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.